welcome to our channel, Thai Food for Tater. It's me, Alesha. So today I'm doing another Imperfect Foods unboxing. So it's been a while since I've done one. In fact, it's probably been like 6 weeks or so. So I would have done one, so I get every 2 weeks I get a delivery. I would have done one 2 weeks ago, but I didn't get a delivery, interestingly. Just to know a little bit more about the company. I'm kind of learning this as I go with them. So I received an email from them. So typically, I get my deliveries on Mondays. I mean, usually on Friday I get a notification like you can adjust your card if you want, you know. And I got a text message and an email, so very thorough of them, but letting me know that I wouldn't be receiving an order. This was 2 weeks ago. And the email and text message said that it was because my box did not meet the minimum dollar requirement. So I'm assuming, based on a little more detailed than that, but basically I'm assuming is, so the boxes aren't like a specific dollar amount. You pay for the weight range. So I'm getting the medium box, which if I'm remembering correctly is between like 14 and 17 pounds, depending on what they what products are available, what they put in the box. So I'm assuming what happened is that based on what they had available to fill a medium box to that weight specification would not have met the minimum dollar requirement. So I know that there are, depending on where you live, there is a minimum dollar requirement. So if you live in a neighborhood that's a little farther out than maybe like a major hub of a city, there's a minimum requirement. So I live in a major city, but I also live towards like the outskirts of that city, so I'm assuming that's maybe what they meant. It was fine, you know, I just went to the grocery store and picked up a few things, so it's not a big deal. But just in case you were wondering about how some of the logistics, details of the company work, that's a thing. And also, I think I might have mentioned this in a previous video, but my mother, she lives in North Carolina, in kind of a more rural area. I had been talking to her about the boxes, and she was like, oh, I want to sign up, but because I told her, like, go start with like a small box or medium and see if you kind of like it, and then go from there. And for her area, it was like a minimum purchase, I think, of like the large. And I think it's because obviously if they as a company, they need to make money. So if they're going to be sending out drivers and deliveries to more rural areas where they might only have 1 or 2 deliveries, they obviously need to make a profit of some sort. And so there's a minimum purchase requirement for that. So that makes sense. Anyway, just like I said, you know, in case you were wondering a little bit more detail. But like I said, they were very thorough in their notifications, and it wasn't really the end of the world, you know. I'm not relying on Imperfect Foods to provide me with all of my produce, you know. But anyway, so it's been a month since I received one, since I didn't get one 2 weeks ago. I got one 2 weeks before that, so it's been a month, so I'm kind of excited. So, you know, we'll see what we have in this box. I'm going to be opening it right now, so complete surprise. It's like Christmas every time. I mentioned that before. And with the seasons kind of changing, it's going to be interesting to see if there's any differences. Maybe not in this one, but I'm assuming probably as the weeks go by, the types of produce might be changing a little bit. So, or not, you know, I guess we'll see. It'll be kind of a surprise. So I know I mentioned this before in a video that I have on my list, which you can specialize to your produce list, your box list, that I want onions. It's like one of my like mandatories. If they have onions, I want onions. I use onions and everything. And I realized last night as I was cooking, I was out of onions, or like I used the last of like half an onion I had. I'm like, please, so there be onions in my box today. So let's see what I got. Packaged very well, as always. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is so perfect. So some cute little tomatoes. I'm actually, it's a little cooler in the area lately. You know, had a little rainstorm earlier. I live in Las Vegas. It's still fairly warm, probably compared to the rest of the country. I mean, the other day was like 82, but it's definitely been like in the daytime the last like 2 or 3 days, like in the 60s, and I think it's supposed to just keep cooling down consistently. So earlier today I was like, ooh, you know what I want to do maybe this week is make like a big pot of like vegetable soup, just all the vegetables I had. So I picked up some zucchini at the store. They had like clearance out, so I'm like, oh, this would be good. Put in some potatoes, and I was like, in my Imperfect food box, what will I get to add to that? So I'm very excited about this, because I've never been a fan of these like in salads. I know people put these in salads, but I like putting them in soup because they just absorb all the juice. They're so delicious. So this is going to be perfect for that. And this will also be good Got some kind of sweet potato. This would be good. You know, I think I mentioned this in a previous video as well, that when I was growing up, I wasn't really a fan of these, but in the last like year or so, actually a little before I started getting the Imperfect food box, but definitely, you know, along with it, that I really became a fan of these and learning the different ways to cook them and what to cook them with. So I'm very excited about those. Wow, quite a few apples. 1, 2, 3, and they're actually pretty big. You know, when I was going through chemotherapy, I was not, per my oncologist, you know, suggestion, I wasn't really supposed to eat any fresh like fruits and vegetables because you can't really get them clean enough. And when you're going through chemo, like any little thing can make you really sick. So I had to be extra careful about everything in my life. And the only exception was bananas because you peel away the skin to get to the, you know, the fruit. But I couldn't really eat anything else unless it was cooked. So like, you know, cooked potatoes were fine, but I couldn't, and like cooked vegetables were fine, but I couldn't have like a fresh salad. I couldn't eat an apple. I couldn't bite into a fresh juicy apple. And so literally it was like 6 months of going through chemotherapy. And I had a date when my oncologist told me, like, this is the date that you can go back to eating, you know, raw, fresh, like fruits and vegetables. And the first thing I had was an apple. I put it in the fridge to get a little extra cold and juicy. That was the first thing I ate. So like every once in a while I get that craving for just like an apple. And I've been having it lately. And so I got a handful of apples. I can have those as a snack. And I bought some hummus the other day. And I mean, this is personal preference, but I love using like apples because they're kind of sweet in like a garlic hummus because you get the sweet and like the garlic, or even like a spicy hummus. I think I have like a sriracha hummus in the fridge right now. So that'd be good, like the sweet and the hot. It sounds weird, but like just try it. It's actually really good. 2 avocados, that'll be good for something. Put that in like maybe tofu scramble or a salad or something. Garlic, perfect for that vegetable soup I have coming up that I want to make. Oh, and actually this will go too, so lemon. So I think I mentioned this in a previous video too, that I love squeezing lemon when I fry up potatoes. That's a simple thing, delicious for breakfast, well, like really any time of the day. But a fresh squeeze of lemon to give it that like tang is like really good. And some blueberries. I haven't had blueberries in a while, and you know what? It might be like, especially with the weather, maybe time to make some muffins. Make some blueberry muffins this weekend. That could be good. It could be really good, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And I also mentioned this before. I think I mentioned this in every video, that I have the vegan add-on. So along with the regular produce I get, I pay a little extra to get 2 to 4, depending on what it is that week. 2 to 4 non-produce vegan items. So it could be like a soup or vegan yogurt or a vegan like burger of some sort. So 2 to 4 items depending on, you know, what they are. So we're gonna see what they are this week. I'm very excited. All these packed really well. Got some ice. Ooh, there are oh my God. Well, this is interesting. Okay, there are 3 items, so I'm excited about that. But look at this. It's so weird. I was just talking about hummus. Chocolate hazelnut hummus. I don't know how I feel about that. Rich and velvety. This sounds like it's going to be delicious. A dessert of some sort. You know, I'll let you know how this goes. I feel like this is one of those things that could just be like the best thing ever, or it could just be like, no, a no-go. But I'm definitely excited to try this. Maybe with the apple, they totally did this on purpose. They put these delicious apples. Look how, this is gonna be a delicious, healthy, yet amazing, delicious chocolatey snack. I'm super excited about this, oh my gosh. Okay, this is just like unexpected. And some cheese. Miyoko's. So in the store, this brand is a bit pricey. I usually grab it if I see it on sale because it is very good. They have like really great like spreads, and the slices like this, the block cheese is really good. So it's a very, like, this is the farmhouse cheddar. I've had this once before. I have actually in Imperfect Foods, I got like a block, and it's very rich. It's got that very sharp cheddar taste, so I'm very excited that this is gonna be delicious. And the third item, Impossible, and I don't think I've seen this type of packaging yet, so this is cool. So, oh Oh wait, Impossible sausage. And you can see there's a picture. It's like on a breakfast biscuit. This will be delicious. You know, I don't get this in my Impossible food box, but the Just Egg is like so good. So this would be incredible with like Just Egg on like a biscuit or some toast. Oh my gosh. It's the evening that I'm planning my breakfast already for the morning. This is going to be so good. Okay, so that's it for this box. That's it for this video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.